Today I'm going to preview the Shipyard feature that's coming in patch 6.2. The full functionality of this is far from being implemented, so this video is going to be more about showing off the visuals and explaining the process of actually getting one of these. The buildings themselves are a key bit of patch 6.2 content. In fact, they quite literally are the bridge that takes you into the stuff of 6.1, so it really is quite an important topic. First of all, I'm going to look at the shipyards themselves. I'll start off with the Horde one for once, but the Alliance one will be there too. Alright, so I'm here in Frostwall at the Horde Garrison, and I'm going to be checking out the Horde docks. Now, unfortunately, there's a bit of a problem where the world server keeps on going down and kicking me out, so I'll try to get this done quickly, and I can't actually, for some reason, access the quest which results in the boat being built, but I will show you the Horde boat in a bit. So, here's the actual kind of dock area itself. I've got to say, it's pretty cool. I do prefer the Alliance one somewhat, because there's just something about the color palette and how that blends in with Shadow Moon Valley that I think really does fit, but this is still ranking up very highly in my list of relatively cool looking things. I know it is rather simple overall, but I don't know, maybe I've got a thing for docks. Now, oddly enough, there are other players here. I don't know why. I don't think this is supposed to be shared with other people, so that's a little bit sort of puzzling. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. It's not really a humongously massive thing. Nice tower though. However, it seems you can't actually go into the tower. I really like the look of those like troll ballista. That stuff's really nice. Also, you can definitely see those amazing lightning effects from patch 6.1 in Frostfire. I love the look on the snow. And here's the dry dock. Now, this is where you will talk to the main shipbuilder guy, and this is where you'll build your ships, but as I said, I can't really do that at the minute. And here we are in Tanan, just checking out the Horde ship. It seems actually very similar to the Alliance. Maybe they'll get a new model in there. There are a few coloration differences like the black sails and stuff like that, but yeah, they do appear to be essentially the same model, but perhaps with one or two little details altered. Though, that said, I've got to say, like, it is a really beautiful ship model. I think it's got a lot of character to it when you look at it from the side, so yeah, maybe a Horde-specific one would have been nice, but I do think it's a really awesome model nonetheless. Okay, and here I am in the Alliance one, and I just think this one's extremely pretty. There's something picturesque about the general, like, sort of color and lighting of the zone that works really well. Also, the boat and all that stuff only appeared when I got close, which would signify to me that this is indeed something that is supposed to be phased to your character, which I think is definitely the right way to go. Now, you'll notice this dock does have room for a few different ships. I have absolutely no idea whether those ships will appear, though, because the system, as I probably said earlier in this video, isn't 100% implemented. This is just more of a quick little early look at things. They really did put a lot of work into this, the Alliance, lots of brick and things like that, and it definitely does look quite striking, and it's got a great sort of theme match with the garrison and all that stuff. Really, really cool to see. And actually, as it turns out, I was wrong when I talked about the Horde one. The boats are the same, so maybe different boats will come in later on, but as I said, it's a very good boat, so I'm happy enough with that. And yeah, overall, it's quite nice. One cool thing about the Alliance is you do get like the big siege tanks, and it is a bit more scaled up than the Horde one in terms of the grandeur, which I guess does fit the Alliance a little bit better. The Horde generally has been a bit more low-key. Here's the dry dock, which is where the ships are built, and there's the guy who builds the ships, so he's pretty cool. Despite his subtitle being the Iron Shipwright, it doesn't appear that he's really using too much iron, but perhaps for the Dreadnought-class ships, they will be made of iron. And the other thing the Alliance has is this cool swirly staircase, and when we head up here, you'll find not a great deal of... Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Oh, wow, you can... Wow, okay. I don't know why I'm impressed by this balcony, but I am. So we've got a pretty cool balcony, and then at the very top, I'm going to assume a pretty cool view. This definitely does go up quite high. It's a pity you can't get up on the Horde one. So there you go. It actually does give quite a nice view, so maybe if you want to take a big old selfie, you can do it here. And yeah, there it is. Overall, I think this is a very, very nice bit of work. So now that you've had a bit of a look at the visuals, let's talk about how you actually get one of these. So as soon as you log in patch 6.2, Varian or Vol'jin will be there, and you kick things right into high gear because they want to essentially start a naval assault on the Tanaan jungle. So to do this, apparently we need a shipwright, because there's none at home, so we head to the Iron Docks. And once we're there, we collect some explosives, do some things, and blow a Iron Horde shipmaster out of his train. He'll then pop out of the train because, you know, we've blown the hatch, and we talk to him, and essentially he says Gul'dan is a right dick, and he's not having any of that demon crap, so instead he's going mercenary and he's going to cast his lot with us. After that, we then kill some NPC admiral guy for the blueprints of the shipyard and head back to our garrison. Once we are back, we're told to build the shipyard. It is currently 5,000 garrison resources on the PTR, however Blizzard have confirmed that that is indeed a placeholder amount that will change in the future. So after you build it, they give you a quick tutorial about how you actually build a boat. Basically, you head over to the shipmaster NPC and place a work order for whatever kind of ship that you want. Currently, the only one that can be built is the transport ship, which costs another 1,000 garrison resources. There are also a few ships according to the data mining. There's a carrier, a destroyer, a dreadnought, and a transport, and a submarine even. I don't know if there's a cap on how many of each you can have or anything like that. We will have to wait and see. Now, after building the transport ship, you then sail off to Tanaan and get started with the quests there. There are also purchasable ship upgrades. There's only 3 at the minute, we don't know what they do, but they do cost 2,000 garrison resources each. They're likely for various, synergies, maybe getting faster mission completion rates, and things like that. When you get back from Tanaan, the tutorial continues, this time pointing you towards the garrison mission table in order to learn about naval missions. However, those missions do not appear to be implemented yet. Really, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So with all that covered, I'm going to quickly mention my thoughts so far. Do bear in mind that it is very early PTR, and much will be added to this system. And honestly, my real big worry is that this might feel very familiar to the follower and mission system of patch 6.0, just instead of followers, it's going to be boats. If that is the case, then honestly, I'm just not that interested in the feature, though I'll probably still do it if there are player power rewards. Blizzard themselves did describe the ships as doing things which were called naval missions, and then we just found out that these naval missions are accessed via the garrison mission table. Also, when you get a ship, the little sort of blue pop-up in the bottom of your screen appears saying that you've got a ship, in the exact same way that that pops up when you get a follower. So both of these things do lead credence to the theory that perhaps, it will be a very similar system. Honestly, what I would love here is to actually go off and do something in one of my ships. I mean, really, it sounds like our ships and followers are the people who are having all the fun. Even if they keep the current system, perhaps we could maybe build a personal flagship that would give us access to some content for our characters. How about doing quests on the various islands of Draenor, or maybe some form of naval combat against Gul'dan's fleet? The latter might sound a bit ambitious, but a simplified version of that could act as a proof of concept for ship-based combat should we get a maritime-based expansion involving, say, N'Zoth and Ashara. Think about it, Kulturas would be the Alliance base, and Ashara, the Zone, would be the Horde base. I think something like that would be really cool. The only other time they've tried to do naval combat stuff is in the Battle for the High Seas scenario, which, I mean, it was kind of flashy, but there wasn't really much there in terms of mechanics that was that naval. Really, you weren't doing any boat-related things, it was just kind of killing mobs in a different skin. So if they could find some way to make the fact that you're in a boat really matter, I just think it could be the coolest thing. They haven't really talked about it yet, and it doesn't seem like that will be a thing, but maybe it's an idea that would be nice should we get one of those sea-based expansions. Anyway, do let me know what sort of thoughts you would have if maybe you got to have your ideal ship-based combat, or what kind of things you would put in the shipyard. Of course, we don't know exactly what's going to be there, and they could completely surprise us. And hell, even if it is similar to the patch 6.0 mission stuff, I'm sure they could add some new mechanics and synergies that are distinctly boat-related that could be kind of interesting. So really, the conclusion of this video is, it's really damn pretty, I love the aesthetic of all of the stuff, and we're just going to have to wait and see as to how good the mechanics are. That's it for the video, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.